This book takes place on the heels of Absolute Power. This is the Absolute Universe. After reading this book, we're absolutely going to cover it. My name is Dorian. This is SCM Comics. We are starting our coverage of Absolute Batman with number 1. Our story starts off with a young Bruce Wayne looking at a bat poster and his father saying, "Hey, here are other animals in the zoo besides bats." And then we cut to the present time where we see somebody ride on a motorcycle talking about, "Hello, Gotham." So when I was reading it, I'm like, all right, so this is young Bruce Wayne and he went off the train. Now he's coming back. It's almost like Batman Begins. That's what I was assuming. But then he takes off his helmet and he says his name is Alfred Pennyworth. I'm like, oh my God. For one, it is great to have Alfred back. And then for two, I'm like, whoa, look at that beard. Never seen Alfred with a beard before. Now, Alfred's been gone from Gotham for a while, but he goes to the store and this guy remembers him. I guess they're really good friends. And Alfred even states that the reason why he puts his hideout right here is because the tea's so good and he wants to buy tea from the guy. Now, like I said, Alfred is friends with this guy, like so much friends that he even taught his son how to play cricket. And the guy is from Kabul. And Alfred was like, I wonder if we'd still be friends if he knew exactly what I did in Kabul. So yeah, Alfred's a badass in this one. So then the guy's like, yeah, I'm glad you're back, but Gotham's changed a little bit. I wouldn't leave your bike out there like that. And Alfred's like, it'll be fine. So Alfred walks into a safe house, retinal scanner, vault door, guns everywhere. Like I said, he's a badass. He leaves a message on his daughter's voicemail, letting her know that he's back in town and he wants to see her. And then he starts talking to whatever agency that he works for. There's got to be some kind of government agency. Now, he's told that he's just supposed to observe this gang that has been killing everybody. Like, any and everybody. They're called the party animals, and they wear these like black masks that look like gorilla skulls. If that don't give you the hint of who the bad guy is, I don't know what will. But he's also supposed to observe this new player in town, and if he locates him, he's supposed to engage. He's not supposed to engage the party animals, but he's supposed to engage this new player, which, I mean, you can see it. It's Batman. Now, he's a little bit pissed off at the agency because he's been tracking somebody. He goes to say 5, and then the agency like cuts him off and goes, "You're needed here." Now, it could be 5 months or it could be 5 years. If it's 5 years, yeah, I'll be a little bit pissed off too. And once you find out who he was tracking, oh my goodness, it's great. It's at the end, but yeah, it's worth it. So he gets his mission, he puts on his coat and he goes to leave. He goes outside and his bike is gone. And he goes, I hate this f***ing town. So then we cut to Croc's gym. Yeah, I said it. Croc's gym. And we see this young man, he's punching a punching bag and he's like, no fear, no weakness. Tonight's going to be the night. And you're thinking it's Bruce. But all of a sudden, all you hear is, I think it's my turn. And his big dumb son of a bitch is standing behind him. And he's like, hey, look, I was just warming it up for you, Bruce. So yes, this wall of a man is Bruce Wayne. He starts hitting this punching bag like it owed him money. I mean, everybody in the gym turn around like, what in the hell's going on? And as he's hitting it, he's remembering a flashback from when he was at the zoo. He's with his father. His father is actually a school teacher and he's in his class. And, you know, his father was asking him about different things. And, you know, Bruce told him an answer, but also gave a smart answer. And then everything's going good. And all of a sudden, all you hear is blam. And that's when he knocked the bejesus out this punching bag to the point that all the sand's coming out. So he goes, sorry, Waylon. And his bald-headed black guy is like, that'd be 90 for the bag and 30 for the sand. And Bruce is like, oh, time out. The sand comes in the bag. He was like, yeah, but I got to clean all the sand up. Time is costly. So Bruce is like, when I get paid, I got you. When have you ever heard Bruce Wayne say that in a Batman book? Ever. Now, he has a snake around his neck and he's holding a crocodile. Go figure, right? He says his friend Oz helped him get an exotic pet license. Y'all know who that is. Now, he's childhood friends with Bruce and he says that I guess they're all getting together for poker night. He wants Bruce to come out. Bruce is like, I'm busy. He's like, Harvey, Oz, and even Selina's coming. So Harvey Dent, Two-Face, Oswald Cobblepot, Penguin, and Selina Kyle, Catwoman. He's friends with all of them, and this dude's probably going to become Croc. So then he's like, are you at least going to come out for the town hall? And Bruce is like, I'm busy. And this dude's like, look, these people are like killing women and children. Like, we need to do something, and you need to support your city. And Bruce is like, I am busy. And he just walks out as we see a childhood portrait of all of his friends. So then we cut to this big, huge ass yacht. I mean, this thing is ridiculously big. And we see some girl that's in a pool wearing a black mask, and another girl on a rubber ducky also wearing a black mask. And then we see a guy wearing a black mask. He's having dinner with Mr. Maroney and Mr. Falcone. Now, the party animals, I guess, are under Black Mask control, obviously because of the whole mask thing. And they're pretty much like, look, this is our city, and what you're doing, normally we wouldn't care, but you're killing a lot of people, and that's a lot of people that we could get money out of, so you need to stop. You need to stop right now. Otherwise, we're going to have to do something to you. So then Black Mask is like, I hear you talking. Let me show you something. He shows them a death mask of Martin Luther. He also shows them a death mask of George Washington. And then he shows Mr. Maroney a death mask of his brother. And he shows Mr. Falcone the death mask of his cousin. And then all of a sudden, those girls that were in the pool are jumping all over these two. And the two biggest crime bosses in Gotham are taken out in the first issue in gruesome fashion. So then we cut to Bruce. He's put on his helmet, and we see news reports of the party animals and how they've been killing everybody. Small women and children. Like, I guess a mother and daughter got killed gruesomely by these people. And we see his cape flying in the wind. And then all of a sudden, he just jumps off. And his cape also operates as back wings. So then we go to the town hall where we have Mayor Gordon, not Commissioner Gordon, but Mayor Gordon addressing the people. You have a lot of people in the town hall that are bad-mouthing him. Some people are on the side, but majority are not. They're blaming him for the party animals. They're saying the old mayor wouldn't have put up this, even though he was a crook. He was tougher, even though Mayor Gordon used to be a cop. Can't get too much tougher than that. And there's a guy, he's a tailor, he owns a shop on 27th. And he says for 71 years, he's always walked to work. The only time he's ever missed is 2 days, the birth of his child and the death of his wife. He doesn't walk to work anymore. Why? Because it's too dangerous. And Alfred is on a rooftop doing his secret agent thing. And sure enough, the party animals show up. So Mayor Gordon is trying to calm down the crowd, letting them know that the police is trying to do everything in their power. Some of us like, the police? The party animals just got finished torching the police station. You got cops running around on fire. The police can't do any damn thing. And Bullock's standing there. He's like, is that so? And Gordon's like, easy, Bullock, as he just growls. Oh yeah, by the way, this is Commissioner Bullock. So, Bullock. Yeah? Commissioner? Yeah. Shut the fuck up. So a lady starts to talk. She's trying to defuse the situation. She's on the mayor's side, and this lady's going to be very important. You'll see here soon. When all of a sudden, a grenade goes off, and the party animals are here. So Mayor Gordon, being the old cop he is like, hey, don't worry about anybody else. Look at me. Deal with me. And one of the dude goes, hi, Jim. Bye, Jim. And starts busting shots at him. He gets out the way, but I'm pretty sure he got hit at least once. And all of a sudden, this officer comes over, and she's like, Dad. He's like, it's okay, Barbara. Just get everybody out of here. So this is his daughter. So then all of a sudden, the party animals get yanked out the door. The door slams. Somebody looks to the door. It's like, there's like dozens of them out there. Then Barbara goes to the door. All of a sudden, Batman shows up upside down and goes, whatever you hear, don't open this door. Alfred is observing on the rooftop, and he's like, should I do something? These party animals are trying to kill people. And they're like, no, you just observe. So then they're like, is the other guy there? And Alfred's like, yeah. And they're like, all right, you can do something to him, which this ain't making no sense. So then the party animals gather themselves. They get their guns. They start busting shots at Batman. He covers up with his cape, which I guess is bulletproof because he's taking all of them shots. And then he throws down a smoke grenade. He comes down, and I mean, he is looking menacing as hell. Like, I know a lot of people don't like that new Batman symbol, but I'm digging it because it's big, like him. So his cape got his little like hooks on it where he can use to grab people, and he grabs this dude and slings him to like a second-story window. And then he takes another dude and he slings him into a light pole. Not the bottom of a light pole, but top of a light pole. And then he drops in between these other two dudes and kicks them both so hard that you know they're going to need some dental work. And Alfred is just watching the whole thing like, man, this dude is vicious. So he takes off his bat ears and they're throwing knives. And his little side things that are on his gloves, those are pretty much knives too. And he's just cutting people up. Alfred said that he's being careful not to hit any arteries. He's coming close, but not quite hitting them. So, ironically, somehow, some way, there are no fatalities, even though it looks like he is killing these people. So then this big dude comes out of nowhere, and this dude has a meat cleaver. And he's like, I'm giving you one chance to get the out the way. Now, when they give you a warning like that, these people really don't want that smoke. Like, they saw what you did. They don't want that smoke. And I wouldn't want the smoke either, especially when Batman pulls out a bat axe. So this dude goes at Batman, and all we see is his hand go flying off, still holding the meat cleaver. So obviously this dude is hurt. And then Batman goes, I hear they can reattach it if you get to a hospital soon enough. There's one 3 blocks to the south here, or is it east? Suddenly I just can't remember, but I run. But for the rest of you, I suggest that you get the out of my way as he screams and there's like spikes coming from his cape. Like, this is a scary looking Batman. So they start running because they don't want none of that smoke. But Alfred, this dude is a killer because he was like, if you were a true tactician, then you won't let him get away. As Alfred pushes the button, and these bombs start going off, blowing up all the party animals. So Alfred comes down, feels like he has to jump on Batman. And he's like, you hear the sound of that? That is a DC-34 automatic shotgun right at your head, son. There are only 3 in the world. It can blow out your brains all over the sidewalks before you can even blink. And then Batman kicks the bejesus out his ass and grabs his gun and was like, sounds dangerous, as he disappears. So the next day, everybody's talking about who is Batman, and Alfred has done his homework. He finds out that Bruce Wayne is a construction worker. His mom's a social worker. His dad's a school teacher. Now, he has a genius level intellect. He came in first at a science fair, and first prize was for him to be able to take his 5th grade class to the zoo. Now, we already established that his dad was his teacher. While they're at the zoo, Joe Chill shows up and starts busting shots. Now, his dad was able to get his class to safety, and then he closed the door and he told Bruce, whatever you hear, don't open this door. The exact same thing that Batman told Barbara. Now, besides being really smart, he was also a top athlete in football and was good enough to probably go pro. But he said he had an injury that he couldn't recover from, which Alfred's like, that's some bull. You know you could have recovered from that injury. I don't even think you were injured. I think you faked that injury because you were saving your body. You were saving your body for this moment. So when he came home after his playing career is over with, he went to work at the electric company, and then the water company, and then the sanitation department. And then he got a job at City Hall. He was learning his city on a micro and macro level. So Alfred's like, he only really has one weakness, and it's sitting on the steps waiting on him. The lady that was at the town hall, yeah, that's his mom. So while Alfred is checking out Bruce, he gets a text message from his daughter stating, never contact me again. So then we cut to one of the buildings that are still under construction where we see Bruce, and he's analyzing one of the black masks that he got from one of the party animals when Alfred thinks he gets a jump on him. And then Bruce pulls out Alfred's shotgun. And Alfred's like, give me the gun, kid. You're no killer. And all of a sudden, all you hear is BLAM! As Alfred gets hit in the face. And then all of a sudden, Alfred hears a roar of a bike. His bike that Bruce stole from him. as he rides out of a window. They're in a building and he rides his bike out of a window. And Alfred's like, I don't know where the hell he's going. As we see Alfred, and he has all these little bat symbols in his face, like bat buckshots. It's nuts. So even though this agency wanted Alfred to keep an eye on Bruce has me keep an eye on Alfred the whole time. So on the last page, we see Alfred with a whole bunch of band-aids on his face. And the person that he was tracking for either 5 months or 5 years, I'm thinking it's 5 years, is none other than the Joker.